Check, check, check. 1, 2. Are we live on YouTube? This is gonna be live stream at least 1 of 2. Now it says it's upcoming. That's not good. I don't want it to be upcoming. I want it to be right here, right meow. Okay. Well, I can see it on that one. Maybe if I hit home. There it is, 10:36. Day 10:36, because yesterday was Sunday. And yesterday was 10:35, because we did, in fact, kind of stream all day. Not necessarily live. We did run a test. Let's keep an eye on this. We'll do the sound checks over here. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Sounding alright. Check, check. Looking okay for 720/30. 720 frames per second. Ooh. Looking liquid, my guy. No, 720p pixels. Looking pixelated. I'm about to divest out of Canada. I'm fully liquidated. Mans needs to warm up over here, guys. I don't know if anybody's listening. I don't even know. We woke up at 5. Because I was feeling extra alive. How do I change? I don't know why it makes it. You can't. You're gonna have to go old school. So when we go on the... Oh my goodness. Nadine! Yo, this is top secret, private. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Meaning we're not on TikTok. There's the TikTok device. And we're not on Instagram. Where are you? Which is over here. We just run in some tests. I'm realizing though that all of our Facebook stuffs, as I keep an eye on whether or not, and Nadine, if you want to hang out, that would be helpful. But I'm also okay without, because I can actually, I have my own monitors here. Maybe we'll say something. Nadine, you want some testimonies? I don't know if I was... We'll give it a few minutes, because usually the first few minutes run okay. And let's put this over here, actually. Usually the first few minutes run okay, and then at about the 6-minute mark, oh, we're at the 3-minute mark, it starts to give us the gray circle of buffering death. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just realizing that Facebook's just uploaded all of our live streams as private, and I can't like actually change it. I think we're doing okay. Yo. Let's watch the Facebook. Now we are putting mad stress on... Actually, I don't even think we are. The fan's not even that loud. You know what we can do though? We'll close that. Oh, you know what I did? I clicked this thing called bind IP address. No, not necessarily going to broadcast my IP address right now, but we haven't seen a gray wheel of death so far. So that's a good sign. We're running things way different. And if this is what we have to do, I know it doesn't look as premium, but at least it looks. Looking not premium is better than not looking. Showing up is half the battle. Some might say. It's December 15th. I didn't change the kick.com informations. I think we're in formation. True to form. Do not conform to the patterns of the world, but be transformed. But the renewing of the mind, Romans chapter 12, verse deuce, on the Twakat Sexy Set Week Nerf Dees. Jeremy Hobiro. Alright, we're gonna talk about something. I'll mention it now as we just keep kind of. It's interesting to see. I will pray against the gray wheel of death. Mama Nadine, this is crazy. Okay, listen to this. Just because you're here, like you know our journey, right? Did I just say that? Do I even know who I'm talking to? Obviously, Nadine. Do you remember day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8? I know you were there for day 1 for surezies. I don't know if you were there for the subsequent 7 days. So, it was vertical TikTok. I think we had music, and I was just like sitting at the kitchen counter kind of a thing, and it was very dark, and I tried to have like spotlight type intense, and it was just like, honestly, it was like really broken. It was like really meaning like humility, brokenness, lowliness, all the nisses. So we've come a long way, Mama Nadine. Like we're here. We started at 0 peeps on TikTok. We're at 100,000 followers on TikTok, 100K. Obviously starting same ground, 0, literally. Looks to be okay. It might be the cable. I might shut this one down. I'll finish this testimony, and then I'll fire up another test and try and up the quality. This is really good sign for us. I might just try and crank everything again. I like reset the internet. Maybe that's all I needed to do, which is like quite silly, but meaning I don't know why I didn't do that before. Well, I do know why I didn't do that before, but okay, so we've been growing. Now we're at 100,000 subs. Hence the play button. On YouTube, we're going to be at 10K on Instagram, 10,000 subs. So Nadine, why am I saying this? First, we had DRP Kingdoms. Sensu beans. Talked a lot about sensu beans. I learned that you're from Connecticut. So Mama Nadine, this is weird, and we could talk about this. Obviously, I'm 100% comfortable with you. When we're public, but also especially when we're private. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have my contact, but through somebody that is in my contacts, I'll explain. Somebody in my contact list who has my direct number text messaged me. I got a text message on the weekend, Mama Nadine, and they're like, hey, do you remember this mutual friend of ours? I'm wondering if you want me to pass on their contact because they're looking for you. They want you, they're asking if you, Jeremy, offer, now I want to, for confidentiality, honestly, and anonymity, but they're like, they're asking if you offer personal coaching sessions for how to grow on social, because they're trying to like scale their business or like grow on social media. And I'm like, what do they do on social? And honestly, they're like, I don't know what words they have been, effective, in terms of how you did. Anyways, they've been doing corn. They've been literally producing corn on the cob, and I don't know, because it's not fruit, it's not productive, it's not effective. Like, they're literally kind of a corn star. Not kind of, like, we had a corn star hit up somebody that's in my contact list. That person in my contact list hit me up to be like, hey, this mutual friend of ours? Yeah, so I don't know if you've kept up with them. They don't have your number. Anyways, they're a corn star, corn on the cob. And they're looking for you because they want your help. And they're wondering if you're offering coaching sessions so that they can scale and grow on social. Now, there's a lot that could be said. It's a fascinating conversation. But this is why I'm sharing that, Mama Nadine. You were there at day 001. Today is day, literally, as we live streamed Sunday, yesterday, and we live streamed Saturday, the day before Sunday. I know, that's what you're here for. Yeah, that's the Revi. That's the revelation in the teaching. Oh, Saturday comes before Sunday. So today is day 1036. And this is a sign, Nadine, that, I don't know, something's happening. When we had all the salvations, when we had all the miracles, do you know what happened? I got lots of direct messages. People asking for help. People identifying, wait a minute, something's happening over here. Like meeting something with the live stream fam. Like let me just ask Jeremy and all these people who had my personal contact that I haven't talked to in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And it's happening again, Nadine, because I think it's kind of evidence that something's happening to the point where we have Corn on the Cob stars asking if, does Jeremy do personal coaching? Because I see that, him and the whole Jesus is God, Adventures with Jesus family thing is just apparently doing okay. So, does he offer personal coaching? Because, I'm in the corn industry, and I can afford to pay Jeremy to help me with social media and like platform growth. And isn't that crazy? That's nuts. And I think this is actually running okay. Oh, yo, Mama Victoria, good to see you. Especially, I will definitely, what does it say? I will definitely pray. Okay, I will definitely pray about that. Yeah. I mean, thank you. That has kind of been I haven't been quick to say yes. I haven't been quick to say no. I mean, right now I'm saying no because like I just have so much going on. Like we can't even run our stuff yet. So like, how can I help you run your stuff if we ain't even... So, but I think you're understanding because you got the same heart, meaning the heart of the Lord. And it's that, Mama Nadine, it's like, well, let's not be too quick here to turn this away. Like, let's like prayerfully consider everything. And I think it's so crazy to have somebody in the corn industry, corn on the cob, growing corn fields, like be like, yo, do you offer personal coaching? Because I need, and I'm reminded of Jesus. Obviously, it doesn't take much to remind me of Jesus. I'm very happy that we're not getting the gray wheel of death. You know what? I'm just gonna like try and push this thing and just to like see if it explodes or something. Because I think that we're pretty much good with the test. Jesus, Mama Nadine. Pardon me. Just the TikTok on-screen animations and notifications. Jesus got flamed, got slimed, ridiculed, critiqued, criticized for the same thing. He hangs with disreputable sinners, harlots, you know what I'm saying? Like women who just be from the streets, adulterous people, even to the point where in the Bible, he's known as a friend of sinners. How can he be a friend of tax collectors and other sinners, it says? Now, you know us, Mama Nadine, very well. Like our culture. And I get it, I get how people like some people's Christianity, their understanding and their approach, which is fine. You can choose, you have free will, is to hide or to like have no contact with the outside world. Like, ooh, unclean, you're unclean. And then so we disengage from society and culture and we're like, this is unclean, this is unclean, this is unclean. And I understand that. And I'm not saying that, I'm not saying anything negative about somebody's approach and what they do and why they do it. What I am saying is that, yes, Jesus was just hard to understand. Like, why are you hanging with but you know us, like, we are advocating for atheists. You know, we understand that, you know what, me too, I've made mistakes, you know what, me too, I'm not perfect. You know what, me too, I struggle with things. And so if you're struggling with things, like, who's to say, Mama Nadine, that this person, one, hasn't received the Lord already and like repented or whatever, and it is now coming to us because they want to do things the Jesus way. Hey, yo, I'm like actually a former corn on the cob star, you know, a former, yeah, I used to be in the corn industry, but, you know, I've since given my life, because I haven't talked to this person. Or who's to say that, hey, if maybe this does take wisdom and honestly counsel and prayer, like you're saying, who's to say that if we don't connect with this person and start relationship, guess what? Okay, this is the word. Mama Nadine, you still here? Mama Victoria, you know, this is sobering, and this like frightens me, the fear of God. You could be the closest thing that somebody ever sees, that somebody ever hears to Jesus. As a Jesus Christ representative, as a 2 Corinthians chapter 5, you are an ambassador of Jesus Christ. Guess what? You could very well be, because I get it, and we still see it. Like, I've never been to church before. You know, I'm atheist. I don't know any Christians. And so imagine like you start just talking to people, loving them for who they are, honoring them for who they are without stumbling over who they are not. Understanding that I'm just as busted as you. I'm a sinner. I'm a lawbreaker. The law of God, the decrees of God, the ways of God. I'm not living the most biblical life either, some might say, you know? So like, this isn't about I'm better than you. This is really about like, what if we started talking to people and it was the only Christian contact they ever had? Bro, I've never talked to a Christian. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, Christians ain't too bad, actually. I don't know. There's just one guy that is a mutual friend. Like I heard that they were doing okay. And so I contacted this person in their contact list to see if they can contact them because like I need help. With like social media and like how to build, I don't know, whatever, a following or like upscale. Like, do they offer personal coaching, Mama Nadine? And who's to say that like maybe they've never heard the gospel before, forgiveness of sin. I'll end with this, Mama Nadine, just because we're rolling and we're not getting the gray circle of death. Your prayers are working. This is huge for us. Do you know how hard I've been working? You don't need to know. If anybody knows, though, it's Mama Nadine since 001. Mama Victoria, we see you. I love you, and I want to engage with you and just like read your comments. But I gotta tell this story. We are in. Do you know what downtown East Side is? Some of our locals do. It's nighttime. It's Friday night, and I take my teenagers. I'm the high school ministry leader. Like, I'm the youth leader. I'm in charge of the high schoolers. I'm the youth pastor, and I'm taking high schoolers to the most concentrated areas of drug addiction, but also like crime and prostitution. Like, I took them to some of the darkest streets in Van, downtown East Side. You can look this up. Like, the statistics are crazy. Just it's one of the most highly concentrated, if not the most highly concentrated areas of drug addiction in Canada. So I took the kids there, and do you know what we did in February? It was Valentine's Day weekend. I'm like, guys, listen, you little disciples, they're like in their teens, 14, 16. We're gonna buy fresh roses. It's Valentine's Day weekend. Fresh red roses. And we are going to hit the streets in the dark, and we're going to hand out roses to people, to women predominantly, and the story will continue. So, and we're going to pray with them, and we're going to tell them simple Bible truths that maybe they've never heard, nobody's ever told them, because they haven't had contact with the Christian world, because nobody's going and they've never heard the gospel. And so we would hand out. It's Valentine's Day weekend. It's Friday night. It's dark. We're on the streets in one of the most concentrated areas of addiction and crime and prostitution. And we're like, hey, here's a rose. Do you want a red rose? We're just out handing fresh roses And we're like, we just want you to know that you have value. That maybe just like this red rose, you're beautiful. You know, you're a masterpiece. And that you actually have self-worth. And we would just say simple stuff, like maybe Jeremiah 29, that God actually has plans for you, not to harm you, but for like a hope and a future. And do you know what happened? People would just weep. These women on the streets would just cry. One of these young ladies on the street that we met, they started breaking down and they couldn't handle it. They turned around, they grabbed the rose, we were praying, we're ministering, they're crying, and they ran the other direction. They ran away. And I'm like, what probably happened, I'm not trying to explain to the kids. Now I have to like interpret. Now I got to like teach and do the pastoring thing. And I'm like, okay, like I got to pastor the kids through this. We like prayed, they cried, we gave them the rose, and they ran away. They started screaming. I'm like, my dudes and my little dudettes, my little disciples, this is what I think happened. It was too intense. The presence of God, the value, the purity, like whatever, they couldn't handle it. Like they were like in the presence, they were meeting God, and so they just ran, dude. Like they felt probably overwhelmed. They probably felt really intense, and maybe even just like simple, like let's remove spiritual stuff, like honestly, because I'm okay saying that for good reason. And like maybe they've never heard they were valuable. Maybe the last person who told them that they're valuable and that they have self-worth, like it didn't go so good, and so they just got scared because no one's ever talked to them like that before, maybe in like 15 years, and they just ran. Kids, you know what I'm saying? So I share that with you because, you know, what if we can tell corn on the cob stars, people in the corn industry? And we see this actually in Sin City, Las Vegas, meaning like you can look this up. There's a lot of really good ministers and ministries in Las Vegas. Actually, our mentors have really good stories. I don't think I'm going to tell that story, but they will tell you. You know, I've been talking a lot about our in-town, in-person mentors. Kathleen's been mentored by them at least 5 years, probably closer to 7-8 years. And they've seen some radical moves of God in Vegas, because in the darkness, Mama Nadine, the light shines even brighter. You know, if I turn on this light right now, doesn't make too much of a change, you know, because it's already quite well lit in here. But if I turned off the lights and it's dark, aside from all the glow, I mean, I do have a new skincare routine. That's why you might see me glowing. And then you turn on the lights and it's like, whoa, because it was dark. Like light belongs. What is it purposed for? The darkness, my friends. So, I think we're doing okay. This thing ain't giving us the circle of death. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut this one down and I'm going to fire up another one, and I'm just going to crank the settings and kind of see, because this was very encouraging to see that we ain't buffering. There's no Nadine, let us, if you're still around. Maybe Mama Victoria, Eric went to a church for his first, up till now he had only been to mass. My pastor is also ex-Catholic. Yo, let's go. Mama Victoria will definitely pray about that. Okay. I will pray against the gray wheel of death. I don't know if Nadine's still here. I don't even know how I would be able to see that. Let me just try something else though, as we do some more attestases. Yo, like what if because I've been putting chapter and verse up. My guy, I've been trying to put chapter and verse up. Yeah, YouTube takes a while. And Facebook's been privatizing, so I think I might have to redo the old school FB Live. I don't know. But I do know that when we do it that way, it works. Okay. I'm good. This looks aight. We ain't getting no circle of death. I'm gonna try and fire up, because I lowered all the settings and the quality. I'm gonna try and fire up all the quality again. We're gonna go back to 1080p, 60 FPS, so on and so forth. But we'll definitely be back for our regular scheduled live stream in an hour and a half. Okay, we will better hurry up. Take care. God bless. Bye.